Hey guys, so we have the leaks on this website for V-Jump. Generally, this website is pretty good about getting us the info early. The only thing I will say is that sometimes some of the stuff on here is a little bit hard to decipher. But this time it looks like they just went very minimalist and gave us just like the hard info and nothing really else here. So this is going to be both Legends and Dokkan info. So at first, I'll just read what's here, and if you guys are just here to know what's here, you guys will know that, and you can leave if you want. But I'm going to go ahead and just talk about some of the stuff that they mention more in depth after that. So starting with Legends here, we got Shallot, Super Saiyan God. That's the only thing that it says here. Now, I assume there's going to be more info in the actual scan, so we will come back and look at the actual scan whenever that comes out. But for now, this is all we know. I mean, we'll talk about that more in depth later, but yeah, Super Saiyan God Shallot is pretty obvious. We saw like the icon leaked for Legends, but that's it. Dokkan. So we have KEFLA, who goes into KEFLA. I assume this is Dokkan Awakening. So base form KEFLA basically is what this is. So I think it's saying the TUR is probably base form KEFLA, then transforming into Super Saiyan, and then transforming into Super Saiyan 2 KEFLA. Okay. And then there's also a special skill orb for Universe 6 category units. So that is pretty much what I think that is. It's going to be the same. It's going to be the same as the way that they did the Gohan, Goku, and Goten thing with those skill orbs. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to give a special, like a single type of skill orb, especially made for Universe 6 category. And then they also say Kale, Berserk, and Super Saiyan 2 KEFLA are going to get Extreme Z Awakenings. So what I think that means is this Kale, or this KEFLA, and then this Kale, the older ones, the first versions of them to release in the game. And that's pretty much all we have. That's all the info we got. So we're finally getting that KEFLA Dokkan Fest. It doesn't say if it's an LR. It doesn't say if it's a TUR. I'm assuming it's a TUR because this should be the next Dokkan Fest exclusive that we're going to get on JP Dokkan. But yeah, that's all the info that they gave. So if you guys are just here to know that info, there you go. Let's talk about this Shallot Super Saiyan God for a second. So we go to Shallot. He's going to be all the way at the bottom because he's just so his stats are terrible in base form. And that is something that I did want to talk about too, because a lot of the problem with running Shallot right now, where even is he's up here, is that you're really exposed with this guy in base form. So what I would want to see them do is buff his base form somehow. And if they're not going to do that, maybe make it so that he starts out the fight in God mode, right? So if he starts out the fight in God mode, and God mode is actually like very good, which I assume it will be because obviously Super Saiyan 3 is insane, then he's not going to have that problem. Because right now, if you're using Shallot on your team, and let's say you lead with another Saiyan character, like, I don't know, Zenkai Kid Goku, and you start getting comboed, you can't switch into this guy to cover because he's going to get crushed in his base form, right? So I'm hoping that God form at least either buffs his base form somehow, or he starts out in God form without a timer, so that you can at least have him being able to cover change if you get caught in a combo. And then already as a I don't even know if this shows Super Saiyan 3. It doesn't. As a Super Saiyan 3 Shallot, he's obviously just completely geared towards being a complete damage dealer. I mean, he's not terrible at tanking either. He's pretty beefy, but the Super Saiyan God thing is going to also have to probably expand on other areas that he can be good at. Maybe like support, maybe just like a pure tank, because honestly, God Ki at this point does not have a super powerful tank unit. Something else to mention too is that this guy obviously only buffs Saiyans with the Z ability. So he's going to get 6 stars, by the way. So he's finally going to pick up his 15% buff instead of 13, which is going to be nice for Saiyans. But if this guy's going to be Super Saiyan God, then are they going to alter this Z ability? Because if you're running this guy on the God Ki team, for instance, and this guy's only buffing Saiyans like that, that's not really ideal. Because if you're running like someone like Beerus or Whis, or if Merge Zamasu comes out during the anniversary, or just regular Zamasu even, then this guy's not going to be buffing them at all because his Z ability is only geared towards Saiyans. So I think they could actually go ahead and update this, where if you're using the Super Saiyan God transformation, his Z ability is buffing Saiyans and God Ki, or maybe just God Ki alone. And that's another thing that they could look into in terms of making him start out in Super Saiyan God, and then that's his entire form. He's like forever. He's in that form forever. You don't have to transform. He starts out in that form as soon as you enter the battle. I think that's probably what they should do. We'll see if they give more info about that when we get the actual scan, but that is basically all we have to know about Legends. So Super Saiyan God SHALLOT confirmed. We already knew that, but there is official confirmation on that. Next, we have Dokkan stuff. So again, we have KEFLA coming out. So Universe 6 obviously is going to be the main focus that KEFLA has. Super Saiyan 2 is also going to get a buff from this because she does transform into Super Saiyan 2 according to what this says here. These two guys are going to get, or these two girls I should say, are going to get an easy A. Pretty cool. These guys are both pretty good. I mean, Kale, 120% launches an additional attack, which is a great chance to become a super attack. That's not a terrible passive. I mean, she honestly only needs some sort of defense in there to make her viable in a lot of the modes these days. And then KEFLA is already pretty good as well. She already does. This super attack effect is already pretty good. Attack 90%, high chance to evade enemy attacks, or medium chance to evade enemy attacks and counter. Yeah. So again, some sort of defense in here. I mean, her chance to counter is kind of like a pseudo defense already, so that could, that is, viable in some way. So any way they can give her defense, any way they can give her defense. So I mean, that's going to help out a lot. In terms of what I would want to see from KEFLA, because we all know who you're going to be running KEFLA alongside. She's going to make KEFLA way better because we don't have a base form KEFLA in the game yet. We only have the Super Saiyan 2 physical one. Because what she's going to do, base form KEFLA, is she's going to fulfill both Universe 6 and Pure Saiyans for this passive. So she's going to help out KEFLA a lot. Let me actually pull up the Super Saiyan 2 KEFLA here so we can see what her links are. I'm assuming these are going to be the exact same links that the Dokkan Fest one has, except Shattering the Limit is going to be replaced with Fierce Battle. And that's the only difference I expect her to have when transformed fully. I think before transforming, she's obviously not going to have Super Saiyan. She's going to have something else there. I don't know. I don't know what she would have there. But let's see. How many links do they actually share? Let me see. So Super Saiyan Battlefield Diva Warriors of Universe 6. Yes. Turn of Power, Prepare for Battle. She doesn't have Prepare for Battle. Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. So they would share every single link except for Legendary Power and Prepare for Battle. Because what does she have instead of Prepare for Battle? Power Still by God. That makes sense, I guess. But, I mean, Ki is not going to be an issue here because of the fact that they both have Tournament of Power and Battlefield Diva. Oh, yeah, she also has Fuse Fighters, huh? Yeah. So, let me see. Same Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Yeah, Legendary Power and Prepare for Battle, they're not going to... No, they will share Prepare... Okay, so hold on. Yeah, Legendary Power they're not going to share. And I think that's it. Everything else they should share. Yeah. So, this is, instead of Prepare for Battle, this is Power Bestowed by God. Which is not a huge deal. So, I mean, these two on the rotation are going to be crazy. I don't know what the conditions are going to be. Obviously, I hope, because this is, it looks like a double transformation, so I assume it's going to be similar to how the Gotenks and Buu operate, which is basically just a traditional transformation mechanic into Super Saiyan, and then a active skill into Super Saiyan 2. Hopefully the conditions aren't as bad as Gotenks and Buu, because I think that turns a lot of people off from how good they actually are, which is unfortunate because they are very good. But even just Super Saiyan 1, I mean, she'll be able to link up really well with them. And yeah, this team really needs a buff. Hopefully she's a leader for the Universe 16, because like I'm not a huge fan of this guy. So if we're able to replace this guy as like with KEFLA as the leader, and you have two of them, that's gonna again buff this a lot, because they're picking up this extra Pure Saiyans thing, because Hit is only fulfilling Universe 6 in this passive. So they're going to be getting basically an extra attack plus 20% for KEFLA just being the leader that you're using, because you're using the friend leader and your own leader. That's going to be huge alone, right? Any way you can power up KEFLA is going to help you out a lot. And making this team more Saiyan-centric is always going to be better. Hopefully they come with, this KEFLA comes with some sort of banner unit. I don't know, maybe like a better Super Saiyan 1 Kaba, or maybe I don't know if they would do this, but like a base form transforming Kaba or something. I don't know. There's definitely going to be a banner unit. That's what they've been doing on every single banner basically recently. And except for the dual Dokkan Fest, I guess. But I assume there's going to be another banner unit on here. We'll see what that ends up being. But that's going to sum up this V-Jump info. We're obviously going to know a lot more once we get the scan. But I will make a follow-up video once we get that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.